Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dusty Wunderlich. I'm the CEO and founder of Bristlecone Holdings. We're an eclectic group of former economists, traders, and investors that are leveraging data and technology to lend to consumers and businesses. Specifically, we see a world where everyone has access to affordable credit. However, at the core of us, we're problem solvers, and we're trying to solve the problem right now to where a majority of consumers globally do not have access to affordable credit. For example, in the US market where we do a lot of our lending, 60 million of our consumers have no credit file or a very thin credit file. And that's leading to a point where they don't have credit, so they can't get credit, and it's perpetuating the problem. As a result, we're seeing what we call the valley of death. Essentially, a lot of the institutions here, banking, financial institutions, do a very good job of lending to the prime minority consumer. After that, though, it drops off the cliff, and there's either no credit options or pricing becomes static based on the worst probability of default. We believe that the foundation for this solution to this problem is risk-based dynamic pricing. We continually ask ourselves, how do you responsibly, respectfully, and profitably lend to someone who has no credit or a 30% or higher probability of default? We have a four-pronged solution of how we address this very question. And we're going to start first with underwriting. We believe from an underwriting perspective, it's a big data solution. Not only are we looking at historical credit bureau data, we're also looking at leading indicators as well. Economic data, we're looking at bank account data, social, behavioral data. We're putting all of that through artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms so we can get personalized credit and pricing for everyone in the credit spectrum. Second, I'm going to address origination. How do we get our customers? We take a very different approach. We don't take a one-size-fits-all. So you can see here, here's the 5 brands and products we have in the market right now. We build products based on market and consumer demand. We try to take as much friction out of the process as possible, so we integrate with POS systems, shopping carts, we have kiosks in stores. We want to make it as flexible and easy as possible for our consumers, and allows us to very cost-effectively acquire customers. Third is servicing. Once we get a customer, how do we handle them? How do we treat them? We believe the solution to this comes at the culture basis. The financial service industry is notorious for very high rates of employee customer turnover, very low employee engagement. We invest a lot into our employees and have a philosophy of relation-based servicing versus transaction-based servicing. And we have seen that this had a dramatic impact on our operating margins and the performance of our portfolio. Last is capital, and specifically we have an approach of flexible investor platform. Right now we have some of the lowest global yields we've ever seen right now, and so we've put together a platform where we're both lending off balance sheet and on balance sheet, so it's flexible so investors can get responsible yield in the marketplace, so we can tailor either what type of assets and what type of risk profile an investor wants to have with our program. So now let me introduce you to our customer, Jack and Diane. Jack and Diane just finished college, they just got married, and bought their first home. They're a little tight on cash, so they go to Bristlecone Lending and they do a 60-second application. We immediately approve them for $5,000. They go down to their local furniture store, and at a low monthly fixed payment with an early buyout at any time at a discount, they pick out the bedroom set of their dream. They sign the contract in store on their mobile phone, no documentation whatsoever. They take their bedroom set home where they're on automatic payments. If they have any issues, they can talk to our customer service team. So how do we enter the market? We took an approach of going into niche markets, specifically with high growth that were underserved, and we did that to test out our model. And even though it's niche, doesn't mean they're small. It's a $40+ billion opportunity in the states and the categories we're in. It's multi-billion in Africa as well. And we're doing this to refine the process of our product as we're now starting to put our eyes onto bigger categories like mortgages and student loans. So what is the competition doing? Competition essentially is a one-size-fits-all approach, and which we always say and joke about is that it's great for stocks, not so good for consumer lending. They're picking an origination strategy. It's either online, in the store. They have a very narrow product mix as well, and they're just taking a sliver of the credit spectrum. Our differentiation is that we build products based on the demands of the market, and we're very flexible in how we build those products and launch them into the market, and it's been very effective in market share. So who's the team driving this? We're a group of 16 professionals with 100+ years in financial services, technology, and consumer products. We've done $2 billion in financial transactions, $250 million in annual revenue from the technology products that have been launched prior to Bristlecone. So what have we done with that team? In our first 15 months, we've been able to launch 5 brands. We have 1,000 unique distribution points, and we've written 15,000 contracts. We've been able to acquire all of those customers under $100, and we have a $60 million total portfolio value, which will quickly be to $100 by the end of the year. We're doing that while also maintaining a 50% net profit margin. For every dollar we put out, we get $1.85 to $2 back. So why are we here? We're in the market right now for a $10 million Series A. We're experiencing exponential growth in a $50 million credit facility. We've had 1 equity term sheet, 4 debt term sheets, and 8 in due diligence. And I chose the Cape Town showcase specifically because I want Africa to be our first international market. So I'm here trying to find strategic partners to learn more about this market and launch our product in this market. So look forward to getting your questions, fielding your questions, and getting your thoughts on that. Thank you.